Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back. So, this is my TBR for Sequelathon. Yes, another readathon. The first of the many readathons in March. So, Sequelathon is what you would imagine an readathon where you focus on reading sequels, finishing series, or continuing with series. It lasts from the 1st of March till the 11th, so you have 11 days, so that's quite nice, really. You can catch up on quite a few series in that way, I think at least. And it's created and hosted by, sorry, Kathy Triarch and the two persons on the THAGs, and also Yogi with a book. I'll link them all down below. And and the prompts are: continue a series you started last year, read a sequel to a book you read 3 or more years ago, complete a series, and catch up on a series. But of course, it's up to you if you want to do the prompts, if you want to do some of the prompts, none of the prompts, completely up to you. And there's no group read for this readathon. Some readathons have group read, this one doesn't. So yeah, let's just get to my picks. First up, I have Samuel II og Spådommen fra Delhi, which is the third book in a Norwegian trilogy, as you might see, but it's not just in Norwegian, it's written by a Norwegian author. This Norwegian author is actually from a place close to my hometown, so that's quite fun when I found that. I read the first two last week, and I thought they were fine. Didn't hate them, didn't love them, but I got them all from the library. It's a library book, so I thought might as well finish it. It's a time traveling series, so that's got something. That's a plus for it. That's a bonus for it. The characters are interesting enough. They go to different time periods, time travel, of course, and they're like 14-year-olds. It reads more like a middle grade than YA, I would say. So it's not the most sophisticated. So just so you know. Oh, I suppose you don't really need to know because it's only available in Norwegian. I suppose it might be in Swedish, but pretty sure it's not that well translated. So yeah, moving on. And then we have The Long Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Oh yeah, and this one will count as a book that's finishing up a series because it's the last book in a trilogy. This book, I think it's the last book. I'm not completely sure, but if not, it's a sequel which I haven't read, and it's also when I read a sequel to a book you read 3 years or more. I'm pretty sure because I have the first book. No, well, so obviously I could have borrowed it from the library, but I own the first book. And I'm pretty sure I read it in 2016 or something. I reread it after that, but I have not read this one yet, the sequel. So it counts for reading a sequel to a book you read 3 or more years ago. And it might count for finishing a series. Not sure. I'll check it out and then say what is in a doobly-doo. Oh yeah, what is it? Maybe you want to know. But about book, it's the second, at least, in a series. It's YA thriller or thriller mystery. I'm not really sure. How do you do? What's the difference between mystery and thriller? Not sure. But anyway, there's politics and danger and stuff. Think Veronica Mars, because you have the rich and the poor, and you have politics. And yeah, it's set in the real world, and it gave me a really Veronica Mars feeling, the first one. So yeah, and it's written by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, the author behind other books. The first one is called Fixer, and she's written several other books. I can't remember all the books at the moment. I suppose you can't really expect me to remember all the books by all the authors at the same time. At any given moment. I suppose you could, but yeah, I'm blanking on her other books. She's written other books, and she's wait. No, yeah, I had it on my tongue. She's written also The Naturals, which is kind of FBI for teenagers. So, yeah. And then I have Rich People Problems by Kevin Kwan, which is the last book in a series. So it's completing a series. I did start this series just 2 years ago, so it won't count any one of the others, and it's not an ongoing series. This is the last book, so it just counts for the idea of completing a series. And then we have The Offering and Essence by Kimberly Jorting. It's the second and third book in a trilogy, so it's completing. It's both continuing and completing. So one of these is continuing, and one of them is completing. It's set in a high fantasy world where language has a big part to play. And I remember reading in the first book, really loving it. I did read it like years and years ago, so I suppose this also counts for like reading sequels to a book you read a long time ago. So yeah, that's that. And then we have sorry, Split Second by Casey West. It's the second and last book in the Split Second in the pivot 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 point duology. So in this series, it's kind of, I suppose, think X-Men for teens. Well, I suppose X-Men is for teens, but you know, like it's set in our world, but they have like also their own separate community where they live with themselves, and everyone has different abilities. And it's like this guy that's kind of mutants, and they look down on humans, and then the main character can look. She can discover what happens if she goes right and what happens if it goes left. So you know she can see all the different timelines of her life, like what her choices will mean for her life. So that's quite fun. And yeah, the first one was really both fun but also like, my god, hard hitting. It got a bit dark at the end there, but it was really good. It is really good. It wasn't. It is really good. So yeah, looking forward to this one. And then you have More Than Jamie Baker by Kelly Oren. It's the second book in the series, and I read the first book years ago. Not sure how many years ago, but years ago. So I'm thinking this works both as continuing a series um, and reading a sequel to a book you read years ago. So yeah. And then the Rosie, I was about to say project. I always say project. It's the first book. Yeah. The Rosie Results by Graeme Simpson. Simpson? By that guy. It's the last book in the trilogy. At least I'm pretty sure this is trilogy. I might be wrong. Anyway, I read the first book years ago. So, yeah. That's that. I do have other sequels that I have not read that I own, so I might put in some other books. And as I said, I didn't say it today, but like I do have now an audiobook app, so I might decide to do like an audiobook sequel for a book or two. Who knows? I might do some of this. I actually do sometimes read like some of the books I read like in paperback, also in audiobook. And I've done that a bit of time, like reading in both mediums. So much do that. Who knows? And yeah, anyway, no matter what, these are the boys. I was about to say boys. These are the books. These are the books I plan to read. No, wait a moment. Forgot about one book. Want to have them all in the same video, don't you? La ba la 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 la. So, forgot about this one. The double life of incorporate things by Leanne Renee Heber. It's the third and last book in the A Novel of Magical Most Foul series. I read the first book years ago, also the second book years ago, so this, works for that. It also works for completing the series. You've probably seen it before in your videos because I intended to read it in December and then read it in November, and then did it happen? In December, didn't happen. I wanted to read in January, didn't happen. Tried to read this month, didn't happen. I just haven't really been in the mood for this. But now I'm thinking, well, it's Sequelathon. It's not big, so yeah, I'm gonna get through it. I am. And that is the end of my TBR. So, moment now. No, 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 no. So those are the books I plan to read in the beginning of the month. So, yeah, interesting to see how many of these I'll get to. Probably might get through all of them. It's not that improbable. I read fast. I read a lot. In the first start of March, well, actually in March in general, I don't really have that many things to do, many plans. Like, okay, this week I'm going away, but I'm going away by train, so I can read a lot on the train. So, yeah, so I'm probably gonna finish this one on the on a train, So I'm probably gonna finish this one on Sunday. And other than that, yeah, I'll just keep on reading as I usually do. I hope you enjoy this video, and this is me saying Renee out.